Okay, so yeah, Super Bowl 30. Sorry if my camera's a bit wonky. Sorry about that. But yeah, Super Bowl 33. It's a Super Bowl as a Vikings fan I personally resent because this could have been our year. But anyways, this was also considered to be the Atlanta Falcons year, and well, I kind of like both teams personally, but you know. Okay, so this is, no joke, one of the dumbest Super Bowl decisions in the history of mankind. Okay? Yes, worse than Pete Carroll's gaffe at the 1 yard line. Worse than that. I mean, it would have to be. I mean, to overshadow these two decisions are a little bit something. I'll point out whether it be Earl Morrall throwing an interception in Super Bowl 3, which could have actually had the Colts get a touchdown and potentially win the game, or in 2010 when Ben Roethlisberger threw an interception, pretty much costing the Steelers the game against the Packers. That one I personally hated, So here's the thing about those two gaffes from in here, okay? At least Earl Morrall's gaffe, he wasn't able to see his favorite target because, obviously he couldn't see him. So it's still stupid, but at least he couldn't. His excuse is obviously he couldn't see him. At least from Mike Tomlin's standpoint, at least he could point out that he would much rather put the ball in Big Ben's hands than running back Rashard Mendenhall. So I guess we'll just get into it. So let's see here. So here's a little bit of context because you might need to know this guy, Eugene Robinson. Eugene Robinson. Now, obviously, Eugene Robinson, I would say, had a pretty successful career. 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion. He had a decent amount of highlights. 57 interceptions. No matter how many interceptions he had, he will always be remembered for this. Now, I just want to remind you of the fact that he was nominated Walter Payton Man of the Year when he did this. Walter Payton Man of the Year. Basically, to put it bluntly, he tried to do the Pee Wee Herman dance with a hooker. Okay. The worst part is that it ended up being an undercover cop. Obviously, so because of that, he spent a night in jail. Returned his Walter Payton Man of the Year because, well, he seeked out a Pee Wee Herman dance with a hooker, which ended up being a cop. So you kind of would do that, honestly, but whatever. Now, Dan Reeves had an option. He looked at all of this. He realized that his one of the best safeties that he had is looking more likely he's going to be out for the game, right? I mean, your top guy's in jail. Was in jail like 48 hours ago, or something like that. He obviously had to return his award and stuff like that. For being Man of the Year, one of the nicest players in the league. Yeah. What did Dan Reeves do when he realized that he was probably in a vacuum? He just started them anyways. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the man who was clearly going to be out for a long time was set to play in Super Bowl 33 against the Denver Broncos. Okay. In Reeves' defense, I will mention I'll give Reeves credit, okay, when I say that Robinson in a vacuum was probably going to be a better player than backup Devin Bush. But at the same time, that doesn't make it justifiable. This would, of course, lead to one of the most infamous plays in Super Bowl history. Right here. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rod Smith torched Eugene Robinson for an 80-yard touchdown, thus ending Atlanta's chances for a win in the Super Bowl. And my host for saying, and technically made probably my father not hope for screwing us in the NFC Championship game. More like Gary Anderson screwing us, but whatever. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. I like both teams, so I don't care. Bye.